I'm Rob Fawcett. I'm a retired sports medicine physician and member of Healthy York County Coalition. At the Coalition, we've made the following video in order to encourage residents of York County to walk and stay as healthy as they possibly can through exercise and activity, and also to enjoy parts of our lovely county. We hope you enjoy this video. Thank you.
It's something natural. You know, I don't drive, so I walk everywhere. Unless I'm going to the mall or to the store, I catch the bus, but otherwise, I walk everywhere.
Walking means I'm able to walk. You know, it's as compared to just sitting and not being able to maneuver.
Walking is fine. I could walk miles and miles. I do walk miles and miles.
It's fun. It makes you feel better. And all the reasons that people walk are all the reasons why we want people to walk. Because it's a great way to get outside, to experience nature, to see all this great scenery that we have, and clearly to stay healthy.
It's only really in the last 50 years that we've become increasingly sedentary. And we can see it. We're heavier, we're more out of shape, we have more incidents of heart disease, diabetes, elevated cholesterol, vascular disease, you name it.
I was always a very active person, and then I got involved with 40 years of extreme work, non-stop professional occupations, and I forgot to walk, I forgot to exercise, I forgot to eat well, and I forgot to sleep. Then my health went sour.
The main change that we've had as we've moved out to the suburbs and spend our lives in our cars is that we don't walk anymore. Even 30, 40 years ago, we rode a lot of public transportation. We worked more physical jobs. We worked in factories. Now most of our jobs are sedentary. If we're not working, we're at home on our phones, computers, watching TV. And unless we make an effort to go out and exercise, either as part of our daily life or by going to a gym, it's possible to do almost no physical exertion during an entire day.
I like walking for the peace and quiet. When I'm walking along, I'm just observing and just reflecting on a lot of things in my life and just continue to keep on walking and challenge myself.
Walking does everything good. To keep people active, exercise is everything. It makes the brain cells grow and continue to work. It keeps your lungs and heart working well. It helps your kidneys. Probably the most important thing it does is it helps with depression, preventing depression, and keeping your spirits up.
The thing that many people don't realize is what a profound impact exercise has on health and how beneficial it is. And it helps things that we know that make sense, like weight, and if you lose weight, your diabetes is under better control. It helps with heart failure, it helps with peripheral arterial disease, it helps with coronary artery disease, but more than that, it helps with things that don't even immediately make sense, like various kinds of cancers. Your risk of dying is cut roughly in half, dying of cancer of colon, breast, prostate. It really helps with mood stabilization, helps with anxiety, helps with avoiding depression. And there was a recent study out of Norway that showed that it really has a profound effect even on Alzheimer's disease.
I explain my job as a cardiologist to people that folks think that their heart is important. So they tend to usually listen to what I say. People take their hearts generally very seriously. So the people I see in the office are serious about their health and serious about keeping themselves out of trouble.
Our goal is to get people out to walk, obviously for the health benefits, There's study after study after study that's been shown that folks who walk and stay active on a regular basis just feel better, they sleep better, they live longer, they stay out of the hospital, and just generally do better. Get out and walk. You know, we talk about timing of it and really a prescription for getting out to do this kind of thing. And not once in my career have I had a patient come back and say, you know, doc, that was a terrible idea. They've said that about other things maybe, but not about walking.
They live longer, they stay out of the hospital longer, and just have a general sense of well-being as a result of it.
I get a lot of patients that tell me, yeah, I do exercise, and I ask them, okay, well, what is it that you do for exercise? And they say, well, you know, I walk around the house, and I, you know, go up and down the stairs to do my laundry, and I say, okay, well, technically that's not exercise. That's really you doing your normal day-to-day activities. And when we're talking about exercise, we need to go perhaps a little bit above and beyond what we're doing in our normal day-to-day activities. And so I encourage my patients, you know, go outside, walk for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and that could be your exercise, going beyond what you normally would do for walking. If it's cold outside, I get a lot of patients that say, oh no, it's too cold outside. I say, well, you can walk inside, that's fine, but you have to make it an intentional act. You have to maybe go up and down the stairs for 10 or 15 minutes. That'll get your heart rate up and get you sweating and moving, and that could be your exercise for the day. But I think we just need to really step out from our just kind of usual routines and do a little bit more.
It's too easy sometimes to just go to the doctor and want to take a pill for diabetes, a pill for cholesterol, a pill for blood pressure, you know, maybe get a surgical procedure to help us with our obesity. But every little change that we can make will make a difference for us in the long run if those changes are kept up over time. Small changes, taking in 200 less calories a day, that's 4 Oreo cookies, or exercising to burn 200 calories, that's walking at a modest pace for half an hour, or jogging or bicycling for 15 or 20 minutes a day, makes a huge difference over time. And it's not just the weight. You can be overweight and in shape, and that's actually healthier in many ways than being thin and out of shape.
Some thoughts about walking and how it impacts our health. It's a simple thing that everybody can do, whether it's walking like in the city of York, like I do, or coming out to like a beautiful park somewhere, you know, throughout York County. It's something that is a lot more fun when you can bring other people with you, of course, but it's a great benefit for your mental health just to get out and, you know, take some time to just walk and let your mind drift if you want to. The main thing is just to get started and to make it part of your daily activities.
I like to walk for exercise, but also it would get rid of stress. I find that walking, you know, gives you your own alone time and helps to alleviate stress. Helps me sleep better too.
Have you ever just closed your eyes and just tried to take a peaceful moment? And the reason we do that naturally is because the world is full of all these stimuli. We notice, you know, oh, I like her jeans, I want some of them. Oh, I remember I met him the other day. Oh, I need to do this, you know, a constant to-do list. So walking is very similar to closing your eyes and taking a break. It gives you a new environment where you can process your goals, your problems, figure things out.
No matter where you are, you can do it. It allows you to go slow enough to observe your surroundings. It gives you a chance to walk with somebody else and have friendship. I can't think of anything it doesn't do right.
One of the most depressing comments, mindsets that I run into a lot as a therapist and now as a mental health consultant is the I can't. A lot of people feel I can't handle my husband, I can't handle my kids, I can't go up the stairs without losing my breath, I can't have the things I want. And that's really obviously depressing. So walking is something that can combat that with your family and with your health.
I would recommend that inactive people simply become active, and it doesn't have to be very active, it doesn't have to be all at once. Studies show that 10-minute bouts of exercise 3 times a day are as good as a 30-minute bout once a day. 30 minutes once a day is plenty of activity to get the kind of benefits that I was talking about. It should be moderate level activity. We know that moderate level activity is necessary, and we define moderate as being working hard enough that you can talk, but you shouldn't be able to sing while you're doing moderate level exercise. Getting into it however you can, and any sort of exercise is great. However you can exercise, the thing is that you have to just get moving.
So my family and I, we really try to integrate exercise into our schedule, into our routine. And so my wife and I, we make it a goal to try and exercise at least 2 to 3 times a week. We sit down at the beginning of the week, usually on a Sunday evening, and we say, okay, when are we going to exercise? So we're planning ahead, and we know exactly when it is that we're going to be doing our exercise. And we usually will be doing that for 30 minutes to an hour a day, and that works for us.
I think for adults, it's a great way to know that you're getting physical activity in and you're benefiting your health without maybe trying to fit in an extra gym trip. So it's something that perhaps you can fit into your work day, whether it's on your lunchtime break. You can take a walk. If you're inclined to get up early, have that quiet time to go ahead and walk.
Walking is something that we do every day, whether we want to or not, really. And so it's a very functional type of activity. You can walk and talk with people, so it can be a social kind of interaction. You're unlikely to get injured when you're walking. In fact, it's been shown that people who walk regularly have improved balance that can also prevent such things as hip fractures. And it's weight-bearing exercise, so it helps with strong bones. It helps to prevent osteoporosis and bone loss.
The key is to enjoy themselves, and having a friend going with them on a regular basis that encourages you to show up and to do it. So it's showing up is half the battle.
Whenever you get a chance to walk in a group, it gives you a buddy system, and it gives you somebody to talk to, gives you somebody to be accountable to. Everybody gets busy, and it's nice to have that gym buddy or walk buddy, somebody that is counting on you to be there to make sure that you get out and get that 30 minutes of exercise every day, or 2.5 hours of exercise in a week. So it's really nice to have at least one person. It's great when you get a group, because then you get to know everybody else. You might even get to meet a few new people and while you're out getting your exercise.
I live and work here in Hanover, Pennsylvania, southern part of York County, and I think Hanover's pretty walkable. My coworkers and I like to walk to grab coffee, walk to get lunch, walk to get drinks in the evening, or just walk to get out of the office. You can go to green spaces, which is always nice. We're close to Cadora State Park. We're close to a lot of the rec parks here in not only the borough, but in the surrounding areas like Penn Township and West Manheim Township. The changes that we can make in York County to make it a more walkable communities within our county, I think are trying to work collaboratively to improve the walkable spaces in each of our downtown communities, but also to do a better job of promoting the benefits of walkability. Walking sometimes can seem like a daunting task when you're not as sure where you're going, or you're unsure what a route would look like, or how long you'll be walking. I'd like to see us do a better job of noting the walking routes and making sure that they're well marked.
I live downtown, so anytime I can walk to work, walk home for lunch, that all saves time turning on the vehicle, putting emissions in the air. So for me, environmental health is really important.
It's also a good source of getting around a small city like York.
You look around at some of my peers who don't have that ability to walk, you realize how important it is. Well, this thing really kind of drives your life after a while. You're looking for your 10,000 steps a day, and it's not unusual to add a little extra chore or stroll at the end of the day, so you make it.
Walking is sometimes a tough sell because folks are set in their ways. People like to have their own routines and not kind of not break out of that, but I try hard to get folks to adapt their routine to include walking on a regular basis, and every little thing counts. You can get some walking in when you walk from your car to the grocery store, for example, or if you have to drive when you drive to work, park in the back of the parking lot, get a little bit extra walking in. Take the stairs instead of the elevator up a flight or a flight or two, or certainly walk down the stairs if you take the elevator up. These kind of activities add up over the course of the day for better cardiovascular health, without a doubt.
People think that walking isn't much of an exercise, but I challenge you. Next time you walk, put your hand on your upper back and feel your muscles move as you walk. It's actually doing something. Our exercise industry has become somewhat of a business. They think fancy equipment and fancy things and spend lots of money and come to my gym. But in reality, you just need to move your body. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So I know a lot of people will feel very depressed, and it happens to me too sometimes, after spending 3 hours on the couch watching maybe a great show, This Is Us, I don't know. But you feel kind of like a slug after. So moving is actually going to make you feel better about yourself and your life and your body, and you'll be able to do more things with your kids, more things for your family. So think of it as a free break. I wish you the best of luck with your walking experiences.
My motto is you just have to get started.
I would prescribe 30 minutes once a day. Don't give yourself any breaks. No weather excuses, no walking partner excuses. Just go out and do it.